Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside of Monona Grove High School. We get set for tonight's broadcast of boys varsity basketball. Alongside Grayson Ebert, this is Parker Hagan with you for tonight's broadcast. Is on this snowy Thursday, the Silver Eagles get to host the DeForest Norskies, batting .500 so far this season, 6-6 overall, but a disappointing 1-4 record in the Badger Large Conference. They do, however, come into this matchup on a 3-game winning streak, defeating McFarland, Sun Prairie East, and Turner. As for the Silver Eagles, 7-5 overall, 4-2 in the Badger Large, good enough for second place at a game behind the Wanakee Warriors, who are 5-1 in conference play. And by the way, MG will get a chance on February 1st in about 3 weeks or so to host Wanakee for a chance to sweep the 2-game season series and cement a head-to-head tiebreaker should we need one. Silver Eagles defeated Platteville over in Milwaukee at Pfizer Forum on Monday. As Grayson, we take a look at some numbers here. DeForest has not won a game, excluding one outlier where they won with a score of 55. Their lowest win has not been less than 68.
Wow, yeah. I mean, they're a high-scoring team. I mean, they both are here, and I feel like a lot of points are going to be put up in this game tonight. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all that action.
Well, on the other side of things, they have not lost a game with more than 63, with their losing scores being 63, 57, 55, 55, 36, and 54. So if this turns into a low-scoring contest and DeForest can't get a lot of offensive production, don't expect them to do too well, as in 12 games so far this season, the Silver Eagles have only gone under the 60-point mark once. They have not scored less than 60 in a game except for a loss to Fort Atkinson here about a month and a half ago. DeForest in the black varsity uniforms. Gold words across the chest, purple letters. Silver Eagles in their standard home uniforms with the white jerseys, Columbia blue letters, and numbering Monona Grove across the chest. And with that, we send you over to Mr. Willauer for our national anthem and our starting lineups.
Welcome to tonight's contest. In preparation for the event, the WORB event in the Monona Grove District supports all fans. We expect our fans to cooperate and display good sportsmanship towards the participants, coaches, event workers, and game officials. Please allow the players to play, the coaches to coach, and the officials to officiate. Please refrain from the use of profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other imitating or taunting actions or chants, as these will not be tolerated and your grounds for removal from the site
only one matchup between these two teams last year. It was about 11 months ago, February 3rd, 2023. DeForest hosted that one and easily handled MG by a final of 79-62. So we'll see if the Silver Eagles can rewrite the story tonight, as jumping center will be Accardi of Defo and Lucas Faldi of the Silver Eagles. Opening tip, won back by the Norskis, who will move to our left in the first half. As with it, Engseth moving to the far side, then gives back to Accardi. Now Hoffman left wing, gives to the top of the circle. Wood is there. Accardi turns it over. And Wirtz got it, finding Toivola, and he missed the layup. Got some defensive protection on that, though, from DeForest, so not quite an easy fast break. There's a kick out now. Accardi's got it for Defo, and he traveled. No good on the basket, and the Silver Eagles will go at it again on the offensive side. Inbound given to Toivola. And a cross-court pass to Worth. Silver Eagles going to have to work to get it across the timeline, and that one's taken away. Hoffman able to lay it up, and it runs through. So Lincoln Hotman's got the first points of the game, as with less than a minute gone by in the first half, it's 2-0 Norskis. Here's Caden Connor on the other side with a right-hand layup to tie it at 2. 1 minute gone by first half. DeForest and MG in Thursday night basketball. Turnover as Cal Worth picks it up. And the Silver Eagles the other way, going left to right as we see it. Here's Toil in the paint, spins, right of the lane, puts it up, can't get it to drop. And the rebound to, that is 21, Tate Engseth. Foul on the other side. And a pair of free throws coming up for Dominic Wood. Worth hit with his first personal and the first foul of this contest.
I think today we're going to be seeing a little bit of both sides of the ball here, offensively and defensively. I mean, both these teams are very strong, and both of those. And I feel like this could potentially be a very defensive matchup, because both these teams have obviously been able to put up a lot of points in all their games, like you were saying earlier. And I feel like if one of these teams is able to hold a certain team under 60 or even under more than 60, I would say that team definitely could win this game.
Both free throws good for Dominic Wood, as the layup on the other side did not fall. So DeForest has a chance for a 2-point lead as Engseth kicks over to the near wing. Kleinert is there. He gets in, left of the lane against Worth, kicks it back out. Now Hotman's got it as it goes to the far side and back into Accardi, and an easy layup for the 6'7" junior. Jackson Accardi puts the Norskis up 6-2. About 2 minutes, 10 seconds gone by in this first half as Faldi finds Toil on the run, got fouled as he was going up. So Emmett Toivola will step to the line for a pair following the announcement of this foul, and it goes against Kobe Kleinert of DeForest. Student section will wiggle the fingers and try the age-old trick. It works the first time. 6-3 DeForest, 15:45 remaining in the first half. And Toivola will get one more.
Very big crowd up here tonight for this Thursday night.
Can't tell what the theme is for the student section. Maybe there wasn't one.
Yeah. I know the students are all very happy, though, because there's snow day tomorrow, so for big 4-day weekend coming up here. Everyone's pretty happy about that with finals underway.
Absolutely.
So they seem to be pretty hyped for this game, and you can see that so far.
We'll see if that crowd help will guide the Silver Eagles to a victory tonight. A turnover out of bounds on the baseline right, and DeForest will take over. Is the inbound given to Tate Engseth. Norskis move it into the front court. Engseth against Nelson. Around a screen for McCarty, then kicks in, and Caden Connor takes it away. Ahead it goes to Nelson, who walks it into the front court, then drives it and lays it up and in over a Norski to tie the game at 6. 3 minutes into the first half. and 4-point runs from both sides early on. Drive inside here, spin move from Kleinert, couldn't finish, and the rebound to Monona Grove. Svaldi will bring it across the timeline, and we have a whistle and a foul, it looks like.
It was a very amazing pass there by Svaldi. I mean, he just used his power there to really whip it across the court to get it to A.J. Nelson over there in the corner.
Had a chance for a nice look at three if the foul didn't come up.
Yep.
But nonetheless, still Silver Eagle basketball as they reset. Here's Caden Connor with it over his head on the far side, gives it into Toila, who lays it up and in with the left hand, and just like that, the Silver Eagles are back in front. 8-6 MG, about 3.5 minutes gone by. On the far side now, DeForest with it as Hotman finds Accardi. Kick back inside, and the layup is left too short by Dominic Wood. A.J. Nelson brings it back across for the Silver Eagles, finding Svaldi right wing. Now a kick over, Worth will try a three ball. Around and out, no good. And the rebound to Wood. Accardi gets it from him. DeForest goes back to work on the offensive side as Anthony Glenn, new into the game for Defo, finds Accardi for the easy two. Layup good off the glass to tie it at 8. Just over 4 minutes gone by. Caden Connor over to Toyle on the far side. He drives in, puts it up, and an offensive foul against Toila. That is just the second team foul for MG. And his first personal. So DeForest will have a chance to reclaim the lead very early on in this contest. Inbound given to Angseth. Brings it across with the left hand. Switches, crossover dribble, then finds Anthony Glenn. Now with it, and new in for the Norskies, Ben Bodden. Gives into Accardi, spins, can't finish on the fadeaway jumper. And the rebound to Svaldi of MG. He'll drive in, and that's a blocking foul as Svaldi went up and tried to lay it in. They will hit Nick Hermanson, who is also new in for DeForest. First of two from Luca is off the rim, no good. Devin Habowitz, Joe Otto into the game to replace Cal Worth and Caden Connor. And Svaldi stares down the rim for his second of two. 13-12 remaining in the half, and he misses both. The rebound to Hotman. DeForest catches a break. With the basketball now, Anthony Glenn over to the near side. Tate Angseth has it. Angseth against Habowitz, and a foul called on Gavin. Third team foul for the Silver Eagles, just over 5 minutes gone by, and we'll get an inbound baseline left. Glenn to do the honors. And over the head of Svaldi into the hands of Hermanson. Now kick back to Glenn. On the left wing, he moves to his right. Bodden with it now. Finds Accardi. Looking for somebody. Gets help with Glenn. As now Bodden at the stripe. Now the left elbow. Kicks over. Angseth has it left wing. He'll drive in the paint. Lost the basketball. Got it back. Now it's on the floor. And being fought for by Nick Hermanson and a bunch of Silver Eagles. And we have a stoppage of play for a jump ball. Arrow Monona Grove. So some nice defensive ball awareness from the Silver Eagles to strip it loose and get the takeaway.
Yeah, I feel like that was some very smart play there by the Eagles. I mean, I feel like defensively they've had a pretty good season, and offensively as well they've been pretty consistent other than the one game going under 60.
There was a basket on the other side from Joe Otto to make it 10-8 MG as DeForest lost the basketball out of bounds to MG. And another turnover committed by the DeForest Norskis. That went out of bounds near sideline. And again, the MG defense comes through. Otto inbounds to Toila, and the Silver Eagles go back to work on offense with about 6 minutes gone by in this opening half of our action tonight. As Toila finds Austin Lucetti into the game for the first time this evening.
Defensively, I feel like the Silver Eagles have excelled so far this season, and I think they will do that throughout this game. But just offensively, they have to just put up points. I mean, they're giving themselves a lot of opportunities after getting defensive takeaways and fouls, and they just have to come up with points in the end, and I think they can really win this game if that happens.
Emmett Toila able to finish to our right, and we got a DeForest basket as well, so 2 and 2, and we make it 12-10 Silver Eagles with 11-17 remaining in the first half. Here's Otto on the left corner, brings it in left of the lane, now kicks out. Habowitz will try a three, cans it. Habowitz left wing three, and we have a timeout, DeForest. First timeout taken by either team, and this will be a 30-second timeout. 15-10, Silver Eagles with a vulnerable 5-point lead, but they lead it early on with 11:07 to play in the first half. Grayson, your thoughts so far?
I mean, that was a beautiful shot right there by Gavin Habowitz. Definitely that assist by Joe Otto, just knowing to kick it back there to him beyond the arc, and I mean, he really finished that off really well. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, I really just think it's going to come down defensively and which team can hold the team to the lowest points. I mean, because these teams are mainly offensive powerhouses, so we'll see what happens here in the rest of the game.
5 on the floor for the Silver Eagles. Habowitz, Otto, A.J. Nelson, Cal Worth, and Austin Lucetti. For DeForest, it'll be Glenn, Hermanson, Accardi, Hotman, and number 12, Dominic Wood, who has the basketball at the moment, and finds Anthony Glenn. Almost an over and back turnover, but the Norski's able to recover. Hermanson, cross-court pass. Wood will try a three ball. Leaves it off to the right, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Joe Otto. After a bit of a scramble, he comes up with it, kicks over left corner, and Cal Worth walked with the basketball.
That was a great rebound there by Joe Otto, just jumping up, trying to get that thing out of there.
Inbound given to Dominic Wood. DeForest goes back to work to try and make it a one-possession game. As Wood kicks it out, Hotman's got it far side. Finds Hermanson now to Accardi. As Dominic Wood gets it back, almost lost it out of bounds. He did step out of bounds. Just caught the blue paint of the left baseline, and another turnover for the DeForest Norskis.
If DeForest keeps making these mistakes here, I don't know if they can come out with the win. I mean, only down by 5 at the moment, but I mean, with the mistakes so far and all these turnovers, I feel like that's really what it's going to come down to. I mean, MG just has to capitalize on them, and then that's it.
7 turnovers so far for the Norskis, and we're not even 8 minutes into the game. We're about to be, as that was lost out of bounds. A.J. Nelson last to touch it, and a turnover for the Silver Eagles is their 5th of the half. So both teams have been prone to turnovers early on, as we have hit 10 minutes to go in our opening stanza. Here's Jackson Accardi on the far side, kicks over, as now Anthony Glenn's got it left wing near the top of the circle. In against Worth he goes, and a foul called. Anthony Glenn drew the contact, and the foul goes against Cal Worth. He will check out with 2 personals as Caden Connor comes back in. Lucas Spaldi comes in to replace Otto, and McToyla to replace Habowitz. DeForest not making any substitutions at the moment. A.J. Nelson guarding Jackson Accardi with the rock. And a kick over to the far side. Hermanson's got it against Nelson. He gives it off to Hotman. Hotman, right corner, just inside the arc, steps back out of it. Kicks over. Now King has it. New into the game for the DeForest Norskis. Finds Hermanson left wing. And a pass intended for Jackson Accardi goes out of bounds. It was a little wide. And that is yet another DeForest Norski turnover. Not the start you want if you're a fan of the DeForest Norskis. We'll see if the Silver Eagles on this possession can capitalize off of such a mistake. Toila takes it back from Lucas Faldi and brings it into the MG front court. He finds Chase Yinko in for the first time tonight. Now back to Toila it goes at the top of the arc. A give to Svaldi. Thought about the three. Instead, Toila will take it and cash from the right wing. It's an 8-point lead, the largest for either team tonight. We're about halfway through the first half. 18-10 our score.
Beautiful three there by Toyola. I mean, wow, I feel like this team has been really good at putting points up on the board so far. I mean, they're 2 points from 20 here with about 9 minutes left to go, and I mean, that's pretty great.
King draws contact from Lucas Svaldi. It's the 15th foul on MG and Svaldi's first personal. As Jackson Accardi gets set to inbound baseline left, and he does get it in successfully to Anthony Glenn. It's a nice ball movement from the DeForest Norskis, and a pull-up from Hotman is good from about 15 or so. 18-12, 8:37 to play in the first half, as Toila brings it in the front court, finding Lucetti. Now Svaldi, three ball on the way, off the back iron, too strong. Rebound tipped, and Svaldi gets it back. Now Lucetti's got it, finding Chase Yinko. Toyala on the right corner. Thought about the three for a split second, but was closely guarded and decided no. Instead, he moves it to the top of the circle. 2 steps. The gather was one of them. No travel, by the way. And we got an easy 2 from Emmett Toyala. On the other side, 3 ball, no good from McCarty. Offensive rebound to Defo. Hotman the 3, can't hit. Svaldi gets it. And the Silver Eagles are back ahead by 8, under 8 minutes to go first half. Lucas Svaldi, top of the circle, finding Emmett Toyala. Here's Toyala. Kicks it back out of the perimeter and managed to scramble his way up and in with the left hand.
That was some great physicality there by Toyala.
I don't think either he nor the defender were able to stay on their feet, so impressive ball handling for sure by the 6'2 senior. DeForest almost loses it to yet another turnover. Instead, they'll get a foul on Lucas Svaldi, his second personal. And MG now out of fouls to give in the first half. It will be penalty free throws for DeForest the rest of the way. 7:26 to go.
There'll be mistakes like that. I think that fouls here in the next 7 minutes of the half will really be dangerous there for the Silver Eagles. I mean, they have a pretty comfortable lead as of right now, but still anything can happen there, and I feel like there's been a lot of mistakes. Just MG has just done a better job capitalizing on theirs than DeForest.
King Good on 1 of 2. This is the back end, and Chase Yinko almost found Emmett Toyala for a nice layup. Instead, it was blocked, I think, by
Anthony Glenn.
Anthony Glenn, yes, number 11.
It's a very impressive block there. He knew exactly where he was passing that ball, and he was on top of it.
Glenn, a 6'3 senior, so no surprise that he's got a height advantage over Emmett Toyala. As here's Chase Yinko, took an extra step with the basketball just right of the lane, and another turnover for the Silver Eagles. 7:13 to go. It's 22-13. MG with the 9-point lead. DeForest with the basketball. As into the front court goes number 21, Tate Engseth. He finds Glenn as Hotman gets it from Glenn. Now left of the lane, putting it up and good is Tucker Grundall for the Norskis. A nice spin move from him to cut the lead to 7. 22-15 our score. Emmett Toyala brings it into the front court. Now Chase Yinko finds Austin Lucetti, who throws it down with one hand.
Wow, what a play there by Lucetti. I mean, wow, freshman on VAR, and that's exactly why right there. That was impressive. The student section's loving that.
Yeah, hoping to see more of it from Austin Lucetti tonight. DeForest loses it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Norskis is their 9th.
More mistakes by the Norskis. I mean, that could really cost them the game there. Because with plays like that.
Habowitz takes the inbound from Emmett Toyola, gets it right back, does Emmett. He brings it into the front court against Accardi, then gives to Habowitz on the right wing. Gavin Habowitz finding Lucetti on the right corner, brings it inside, kicks back out. Habowitz has it, gives off to A.J. Nelson. Nelson top of the circle, wants to bring it inside, does, lays it up, good off the glass, left of the lane. How about A.J. Nelson? And we got a whistle and a timeout from DeForest.
Great shot there by A.J. I mean, really just weaving through the defenders there to get to the basket.
This will be a full timeout from Defo. 6:02 to play in the first half. It's Monona Grove 26, DeForest 15. Now, the one thing I would be worried about is the penalty situation. As I mentioned, MG with 16 fouls already in the half. Next one will put them into the penalty, and DeForest will get 1-and-1s. And, of course, those free throws can very easily trim away an 11-point deficit with 6 minutes left in this half and then another 18 after the break.
Yeah, it's very dependent here, I mean, on the fouls and turnovers. I mean, it just all depends about how the teams react to those. And I feel like that'll decide the winner of this game.
Basketball is like a lot of other sports where your mental game is a big part of it. So we'll see if these teams can keep themselves in the right mental state in the last 6 minutes of this first half. 5 on the floor for the Silver Eagles. Emmett Toyola, Gavin Habowitz, Joe Otto, A.J. Nelson, and Austin Lucetti. DeForest will inbound after the timeout. As for the Norskis, we got Anthony Glenn, Tucker Grundall, Lincoln Hotman, along with Jackson Accardi and Tate Engset. Engset's got it, left of the lane, moves into the paint, and lays it up and good with a nice little hook. 26-17, 5:40 to go in the half. As Habowitz with the crossover dribble gives over to Otto on the far side. Joe Otto looking for some help. Instead he'll drive in, kick out. A.J. Nelson's got it. Spin move in the paint, easy layup. No, it doesn't fall. It's off the rim. And the rebound to the Norskis. Accardi gives it ahead to Glenn. Back to Accardi it goes on the far side. Accardi against the much shorter Joe Otto. A 6-inch height advantage for Accardi in that point. He's got the mismatch. Kicks over, cross-court pass to Tate Engset. Engset spins left the lane, has to kick it back out and does to Hotman, who can't finish, leaves the jump shot short. Lucetti gets the rebound, passes it off to Habowitz, and the Silver Eagles go back to work in their front court. Toyola with it, finds Austin Lucetti, a drive in, and he got blocked, but Lucetti able to draw contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot the pair. 4:48 to play, 26-17 the score, and Lucetti's got a chance to add a 9-point lead. That's the first personal on Glenn. So nothing to worry about for him in terms of foul trouble. First of 2 good from Lucetti. (27-17) as Austin will look to make it an 11-point game once again. Second of 2 on the way. It's good. 28-17, DeForest trailing by double digits, but they've got a chance to cut the lead on this possession. Accardi takes it, gives off to Glenn. Glenn slings it to the top of the circle. Hotman, a couple of passes, and Accardi gives it back to Anthony Glenn. Lost the ball to Tate Engset. Here goes Emmett Toyola in the front court, and he lays it up and in with the right hand with nobody in front of him. 30-17 Silver Eagles, 4:21 to go in the first half. Here's Hotman finding Jackson Accardi. He got fouled going up. No shot, but it will be a 1-and-1 for the 6'7" junior.
Those mistakes by DeForest there, I mean, that can really just cost them the game entirely here. I mean, they have just really struggled, on turning the ball over, and I feel like that's just going to be a big issue for them throughout this whole game. I mean, let's hope that they can fix that after halftime.
As Toyala checks out, Emmett's got 15 so far tonight. Jackson Accardi, though, for DeForest, will step to the line and try and trim the lead. The 1-and-1's front end is good. That makes it 30-18 with 4:17 to go in the half. And Accardi has earned the back end as he bounces the ball twice, then once more. Lets it fly, and it's around and out, no good. Out of bounds, though, and over to Monona Grove. They say off the hand of Tucker Grundall. Hard to tell from up here, but officials, as I always say, have a better vantage point than us. Here's Joe Otto in the front court on the Eagles wing at half court. Over to the far side, Caden Connor finds A.J. Nelson. Now Lucetti finding Caden Connor. Can't get the floater to go, and DeForest takes it the other way. As with it, Accardi finds it inside. Tucker Grundall lays it up and good off the glass from the right side.
Great assist there by Accardi there.
30-20 with 3:46 and counting in the half. As Otto brings it into the front court once more. Takes it back from Habowitz, then gives it back to him. Habowitz looking for some help, has no choice but to get Otto again. Now Caden Connor into Nelson. Austin Lucetti with the two-hand slam this time.
Another one there for Lucetti. I mean, wow, he's just going up there, being determined and getting it in the basket.
Well, he knows he can get the student section fired up if he can slam it, and he did exactly that. Student section is on their feet as Accardi gets fouled going up. He'll shoot a pair. Awesome. 32-20 with 3:13 remaining in the half.
Lucetti is just one powerhouse of a player here. Being a freshman is just insane to me. I'm being in this group of talented upperclassmen here for this varsity group team. And, I mean, wow. I mean, the last two dunks by him have just really been great. I mean, he's been set up perfectly by his teammates. And, I mean, he's given the opportunity, and he just takes it.
Accardi good on the first of two to make it 32-21. As he looks to make it 2-2 at this trip, and will. 32-22, 3:13 to play in the first half as A.J. Nelson will inbound to Caden Connor. And to add to your point, Grayson, I think Coach Zwiefel is lucky that he gets Lucetti for 4 years. Most of these guys you only get for 1 or 2 as juniors and or seniors.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We'll see what Lucetti is able to make of his career as a varsity freshman. He's still got a long way to develop, I think. Jackson Accardi misses, but able to put it back, Tucker Grundall. So DeForest has trimmed the lead to 8 with 2:40 to go.
Tucker Grundall has been great for them in the paint so far this game. I mean, he's really been that guy to go to. I mean, he's waiting there under the basket, and then he's getting that opportunity to just seize.
We got a whistle and a timeout from Monona Grove. Didn't like the look they were getting from the DeForest defense. This will be a 30-second timeout and MG's first of this contest. 2:32 to play until the break. It's Monona Grove 32, DeForest 24.
I mean, yeah, this has been a very competitive game so far. I mean, MG has just been able to capitalize on all the mistakes and mainly turnovers from DeForest, which they cannot afford to keep making those mistakes throughout the rest of the game, or it could indefinitely cost them the game.
DeForest started with 10 turnovers so far tonight, so we'll see how that plays out in terms of the end result of tonight's contest. From what we've seen so far, MG has been able to make some nice looks off those turnovers. As Caden Connor, after the inbound, finds A.J. Nelson. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound tipped into the hands of Cal Worth. Kicks it back out. Nelson's got it. MG resets on the offensive side. Caden Connor kicks to A.J. Nelson, right wing. Gallops in and drew contact. That is the 5th team foul for DeForest in this half. And they will get Brooks Oman for the contact. And we have a kicked ball off the foot of Jackson Accardi. So A.J. Nelson will redo the inbound. And instead, taking his place will be Cal Worth. So Worth to inbound baseline right with 2:13 to go. And the inbound given to A.J. Nelson. Now Habowitz with it near the half-court line. Moves to his left, kicks to Lucetti on the left wing. Lucetti looking for some help, finds Gavin Habowitz. Habowitz with the spin around the pivot foot and gives back to Lucetti at the top of the circle. And is now with it on the far side. Cal Worth opens Caden Connor. 3-ball good, top of the arc. And the lead is 11.
Beautiful.
1:47 to go.
Beautiful three from the center of the arch there by Caden Connor. I mean, he was just given that chance, and he just put the ball right up there.
Always nice when you can capitalize on those three-point looks.
For
As
sure.
that shot blocked by Caden Connor, Brooks Oman was going up with it, and the turnover on the fast break.
Back-to-back great plays there by Caden Connor.
Lincoln Hotman got tripped up. That'll result in a 1-and-1. They will hit Lucetti with his first personal. And any further fouls in the last 87 seconds will result into free throws for the Norskis. This one, though, is just a 1-and-1, and taking it will be Hotman as the front end is up, and it is good. Rims through to make the lead 10. Monona Grove 35, DeForest 25. Still the back end of the 1-and-1 coming for Hotman, and a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Student section getting loud, and he misses the free throw strong, does Hotman. Caden Connor the rebound. Down to 1:23 and counting. Otto back into the game for MG. On the right wing, moves to the top of the circle. Kicks back to the near wing, Lucetti is there. As Lucetti finds Habowitz just inside the arc, and a kick to the far side where Nelson waits. Nelson trapped, has to throw it, and desperately finds Joe Otto. As a kick to the top of the circle, Gavin Habowitz around and out, no good on the three. We've reached the final minute of the first half. Caden Connor gets the loose ball and cans a three from the right corner.
Another beautiful three there from Connor.
And you cannot leave him open.
Yeah.
38-25, under a minute to go first half. Accardi's got it, gives to Hotman. DeForest trying to make something happen before the break. On the far side, and with it was number 15, Tucker Grundall, who got contacted on the way up and will go to the strike.
The Silver Eagles offense has just done an amazing job at being conservative and knowing when to shoot the threes and not. I mean, they've hit at the majority so far tonight. I mean, they are having themselves a night out there, and they're going out and getting big points.
First of two, no good from Grundall. As he's got one more coming for the double bonus. And he puts it up and hits to the disappointment of the MG student section. 38-26, we got a whistle and a DeForest substitution. Wood will come back in to replace Tucker Grundall for the final 31.8. And MG will take that opportunity to swap A.J. Nelson for Cal Worth. Joe Otto to inbound baseline left. Cal Worth awaits the inbound pass. And here we go. MG a chance to hold for the final possession of the half if they wish. As Worth slowly walks it into the front court against Wood. And lost out of bounds, touched last by Anthony Glenn. So MG catches a break, and they'll inbound near sideline. Caden Connor to throw it in. Looking, gets it into the backcourt, Cal Worth there. Back to Caden Connor it goes, down to 15 seconds. Connor finds Cal Worth at the top of the circle. Now back to Habowitz it goes just inside the arc right wing. 7 seconds to go. Otto brings it in, lays it up and good off the glass. Final seconds of the first half tick away. Accardi desperation heave just left the basket, and that is how the first half of action comes to an end. Through 18 minutes, Monona Grove 40, DeForest 26. Grayson, your thoughts on the first half thus far?
I mean, wow, I'm blown away by MG's offense so far in this game. They've been very conservative, been very great on knowing when to shoot the ball, when to not, knowing when to pass. I mean, they have just done a phenomenal job so far in this first half offensively. Putting up 40 points in the first half is very impressive.
We'll see if they can find another 40-point half. As we mentioned, DeForest not so good if they can't get above the 60-point mark. They're on pace for 52. So we'll see what happens in the second half of action. But for now, we're back in 13 minutes as we've got dance team performing. We'll let you enjoy that and the rest of our halftime festivities. This is boys varsity basketball.
And now for your halftime enjoyment, let's give it up for the Monona dance team. The dance team is doing their final performance of the season. Let's give it up for DeForest basketball player.
Halftime here at Monona Grove High School as the Silver Eagles lead the DeForest Norskis 40-26. Still 18 minutes to go. But we take a look at our first half stats. MG 60% from the field, 15 for 25 and 4 of 7 from 3. DeForest still impressive, 50% from the field, 9 of 18. But the big difference, no threes made. 4 attempted, no makes. In terms of shots from the foul line, MG 4 of 6, DeForest 8 of 12. Both teams make 2 out of every 3 in the first half. 11 boards for the Silver Eagles, 10 for the Norskis. But the big difference is the turnover game. You see MG plus 3 in the turnover column. 10 first half turnovers for the DeForest Norskis, and a lot of opportunities for MG to capitalize off of those turnovers. That's what put them at their 14-point lead that they're trying to hold on to in this second half.
Yeah, I mean, MG has just been super explosive, and I mean, Defoe's defense just has not been able to keep up with MG's offense so far in the first half. And I mean, I really hope they can here to make a comeback with the second half underway.
Well, they better be. They've only got 18 minutes to work with. They've got to surmount 14. Although JV came back earlier tonight, JV Silver Eagles were up by 12 and made it a pretty close game to DeForest at the end. So we'll see if the varsity can take some lessons from their younger counterparts and bring themselves back into this one. As the inbound given to Dominic Wood for the Norskis, who moved to our right in this second half of action. Now with it, Hotman on the right wing. Got it taken away on a pass, and now Cal Worth will drive and lay it up and in.
Wow, I mean, it's another amazing play by this MG's defense. I mean, they are just coming out here on fire, and I mean, they've just really exceeded so far in this game.
Yeah, no reason to take your foot off the gas pedal. The lead now 16. We're about 16 seconds in to the action in the second half as the end one no good. Spaldi gets the rebound, but Jackson Accardi able to take it away as AJ Nelson got the block on the layup attempt. Now a 3-ball from Defoe. That's their first make of the night from Lincoln Hotman.
That was a beautiful 3 there by Hotman. I mean, even under pressure there a little bit by AJ Nelson.
As I mentioned, their first 3-point make of the night, so we'll see if they can gain some momentum off of that as Emmett Toila able to rim it through with the soft touch. 44-29, opening minute, second half. As Accardi's got it, kicking over to Dominic Wood on the right wing. Now over to Kleiner, gets it inside, and Accardi with the easy 2 over Spaldi. 44-31, a minute 10 gone by in the second half as Toila brings it into the front court. A give to Spaldi on the far wing. Spaldi looking for help, gives to Worth on the far side, who moves to his left, and back to Spaldi it goes. He'll reset near half court and kicks to the near wing. Caden Connor is there, and we have a foul off the ball that stops play. They will get Kobe Kleinert, second personal, second team. MG with a chance to inbound baseline left and reset. Toyola gets it, and AJ Nelson couldn't hit the jump throw. So DeForest goes the other way as Accardi kicks back out. Now Hotman for three. Cans it from the right wing. He's 2 of 2 in the second half.
Another one there for Hotman. I mean, wow. He's on fire so far in his first few minutes of the half.
AJ Nelson backs his way in, can't finish the jumper, but gets his own rebound, puts it back up and good.
Yeah, I really like that there by AJ Nelson, being determined enough to just go back up and get that ball and try to put her in there again.
Toyola almost poked it away, and the layup was no good from the Norskis, but they get the offensive rebound. Accardi with it on the left wing against Svaldi, looking for some help. Drives in the paint, right-hand layup is good, count the basket and a foul.
The Norskis are coming out here firing so far in the second half, and that's what I like to see. I like to see a little more fire from their offensive side of the ball. I mean, this MG team, if they're able to keep the momentum that they have now and just keep putting points up on the board, I don't know if DeForest will be able to catch them, but at the pace they're at, DeForest is looking good so far in the half.
Well, Monona Grove trading twos for threes early on. In the case of Accardi, if he makes the and one, which he does, that is 3 threes for DeForest, essentially, and no threes for the Silver Eagles thus far in half number 2. Will they change that on this possession as Lucetti kicks to Emmett Toyola? Now pump fakes on the 3, decides to kick it out. Nelson's got it now. Nelson in the paint, drives, lays it up. No, but he was fouled going up. He'll shoot a pair at the stripe to try and extend the lead once again. As Wood hit with his second personal, and AJ Nelson will try and go on a personal run. Good on the first of 2. And one more coming for the 6'3 junior. Second of 2 on the way. A round and out, no good off the back iron.
If MG is able to repeat what they did in the first half, I mean, that'll be hard to come on top for the DeForest Norskis.
Is Caden Connor able to tip that one away? Another block for him tonight. And on the other side of things, the Silver Eagles go back to work. Connor with it, top of the circle. Kicks to the far side. Nelson is there. Now inside Emmett Toyola with the easy 2 off the glass.
Great assist there by AJ Nelson, getting him that ball.
And those are the looks that you want to find when they come available. As Jackson Accardi tries a 3, he's good.
Wow.
And the Norskis are 3 of 3 in this half from distance.
Yeah, great 3 there by Accardi.
They have trimmed the lead to 9. It was 14 at the break, and we're about 3.5 minutes in. Toyola, left wing to Cal Worth for 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound tip back in the hands of Toyola. He moves to his left against Accardi. Comes just inside the arc, then kicks to Austin Lucetti. Lucetti just beyond the arc, will go into traffic, can't hit the jumper from inside the paint. And the Norskis go back the other way, 4 minutes gone by, second half. Accardi with it against Lucetti, kicks to Hotman, now the far side it goes. And backing his way in and finishing is Tucker Grundall. Number 15 for DeForest, and the lead all of a sudden is 7.
Great physical play in the paint there by Tucker Grundall.
There's AJ Nelson, the spin move, and he left it well short. Norskis pick up the rebound. Hotman ahead, and ball stripped out of the hands of Wood. Cal Worth with nice defense there to stop the layup.
Yeah, that was great. Great determination there by Cal Worth, getting that ball out of his hands.
AJ Nelson and Caden Connor check out as Joe Otto and Lucas Faldi back in. Accardi to inbound for the Norskis, baseline right. with 13:28 to go in tonight's contest. Carty gets it back from Engseth and kicks over. Anthony Glenn's got it near half court, drives in against Otto, and a whistle and a foul as he went up. They will not give him continuation. So it will be out of bounds, baseline right for DeForest. It's just the second team foul in this half for MG. Inbounds given to Jackson Accardi, who moves to the top of the circle and then kicks to the far side. Accardi gets it back from Engseth. Now Hotman gives it. Engseth's got it and finds Glenn. It's a nice ball movement from the Norskis as Engseth drives in the paint, stops, lays it up, no. Emmett Toyal, no, that's the Cal Worth, the rebound for the Silver Eagles. Cal Worth will drive in and lays it up and good over Tate Engseth.
What a nice physical drive there by Cal Worth, getting right to the basket there and just laying it up.
12:42 to go, second half. Monona Grove 51, DeForest 42 as the defensive MG forced Accardi to miss off the side of the backboard. Otto brings it into the front court for MG against Anthony Glenn. And Otto kicks over to Toyla. Toyla right of the lane, puts it up and lays it up and good.
Great job
Toyla off the glass.
Toyla using the backboard there to get that in the basket. I mean, it was a great job by him being able to see that right where that ball needed to be.
A whistle and a foul on the other side as Anthony Glenn couldn't finish going up, but he did draw the contact, and Worth hit with his third personal. So after a mini run, 4-0 for the Silver Eagles, we've got 12 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, and DeForest has a chance to cut the lead back to single digits. Grundahl kicks over to Bodden, who finds Accardi. Accardi right of the lane against Lucetti, lost the handle, but got his own rebound essentially back. And now a whistle and a fight for the ball in the paint. One ref is saying foul, the other ref is saying jump ball. We'll see which stands. And the foul will overrule. Otto's third personal. And Caden Connor will check back in to replace Otto, who's in foul trouble. So DeForest given another breath of life as the inbound given to Accardi. Accardi against Lucetti. Kicks to the corner. Hotman is there. Hotman almost lost it. He's against Connor now. On the right elbow, finds Bodden in the paint, lost it. Lucetti comes up with a steal. Lucetti was contacted briefly, and he lost the basketball. And DeForest trying to gain control of it, almost stepped out of bounds, but Glenn able to keep it in. He brings it to the right wing in the front court, and Glenn throws it up in desperation, but got contacted, so we'll shoot a pair.
Every time DeForest gets the ball, they just have to put up points on the board. I mean, with only 12 minutes left to go in the game, I mean, that's what they need. Down by 11 right now. We just got to see more from them in the second half. I mean, so far we have, but they just got to keep that consistent. And their defense just has to hold MG to fewer than 40 points, unlike they did in the first half.
Glenn will shoot a pair following a couple of substitutions here as Lucas Svaldi checks in. AJ Nelson will check in at the next break here. Glenn good on the first of two. Now Svaldi will check back out, and AJ Nelson will replace him. So Anthony Glenn to make it 2 of 2 with this trip to the stripe and cut the lead to single digits with 11:28 to go. And he's too strong, and the rebound secured by the Norskis. Jackson Accardi using his height to his advantage. He kicks to Hotman. Now Glenn's got it back on the left wing. Accardi finding Hotman now right wing against Caden Connor. Back to Glenn it goes. Glenn in the paint puts it up and leaves it short. Rebound tipped, out of bounds potentially. It is out of bounds. It's to Monona Grove as it was off the hand of Glenn. 11:06 to play. Monona Grove 53, DeForest 43. Silver Eagles will inbound on what is essentially the near right corner. About as close to there as you can get. Toila takes the inbound pass from Habowitz. MG goes back to work on the offensive side. Moving right to left in this second half. There's Caden Connor on the right wing. And we have a foul off the ball against Tucker Grundahl. And with that, we will get a check-in from Nick Hermanson, who replaces Anthony Glenn. And Monona Grove will inbound baseline left. Toila looking, flips it in, AJ Nelson is there. Nelson left elbow, kicks out to Habowitz. Now back to Toila on the far side. Toila left pass to Austin Lucetti, gives it back. Toila resets at the top of the circle near half court. Finds Habowitz on the near wing against, who is that? That's Tate Engseth, is in the paint. Toila lays it up too strong. AJ Nelson fights for the rebound, but trying to kick it to a teammate, found Engseth instead. Norski's the other way. Hermanson's got it.
Norski's just have to capitalize on these mistakes here by the Silver Eagles and these turnovers.
Grundahl draws contact trying to go up as Gavin Habowitz hit with his second. And already 16 fouls in the first 8 minutes of this half. DeForest will get penalty free throws the rest of the way. First of two, around and out, no good from Grundahl. So the score remains 53 for MG, 43 for Defoe. Second of two on the way for Grundahl, who lets it fly and leaves it short. That is considered an air ball. It's an automatic possession to MG. At least I think that's what's supposed to happen. That is what's going to happen. Caden Connor will take the inbound, gives it to Toila. DeForest on a full press now. Habowitz gets it away. Toila gives to Habowitz, who will safely get it across the timeline. Now Toila with it left wing, moving to his right. Toila against Engseth. Crossover dribble. Wants some help, gets it away, Habowitz. Left wing, tries to get it away again. And now Toila's got it back. Sidesteps the defender, kicks in the paint. Now Habowitz for three. Left corner too strong. And the rebound to the Norskis. Grundahl has it. Kicks to Accardi, who finds himself on the left wing. Now Hermanson spins in the paint, finds number 24, Brooks Oman, who drew the whistle and the foul. DeForest is in the bonus.
It seems like MG is really losing their momentum here after it being pointless for both teams at the moment. I mean, DeForest has struggled for the past few minutes of putting up any points, even given several opportunities from turnovers by the Silver Eagles.
Oman no good on the first of two. He left it too strong. And off the back iron. Couple of substitutions. Caden Connor, AJ Nelson check out. Shea Sienko back in along with Joe Otto. Second of two good for Oman, and the lead is 9. Here's Worth, finds Toila on the far side. Toila brings it across the timeline. He's doubled, kicks over. Now Otto to Calworth. Worth spins around a defender, lays it up over traffic. No, a charge foul called as Tucker Grundahl got knocked to the ground. And that's Worth's 4th. So he'll have to be careful as Habowitz will check in to replace him. And Hotman is in to replace Tucker Grundahl for the Norskis. Inbound given to Engseth. The Norskis trying to trim away at a 9-point lead that the Silver Eagles have been hanging on to since pretty early on in the first half.
Yeah, they were able to cut it back to a 6-point game, a 7-point game a little bit ago, and there it is, back at a 7-point game here. And I feel like if they keep trimming it down bit by bit, I mean, they still got 9 minutes left, so they are very much still in this.
Accardi able to score the layup, and Silver Eagles will take a timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout, so Zweifels got a chance to clear up everything and get a good possession going. 8:49 to play in our contest tonight. It's Monona Grove 53, DeForest 46. As you mentioned, Grayson, they've been able to trim it to 7, but no closer so far in this half.
Yeah, I just feel like that'll be the key. I mean, MG definitely in the last few minutes have turned over the ball a lot, and I feel like the Norskies weren't really capitalizing as much as they could have on those mistakes. So I'm curious to see what they can do with these last 9 minutes.
Both teams with just 2 turnovers so far, but it certainly feels like a lot more, as those mistakes become especially costly if the opponent able to score points off those turnovers. MG trying to take this one to the finish line about halfway through our second half of action. Here's Joe Otto on the far side, moves to his left, finds Caden Connor. Now Emmett Toyola, cross-court pass intercepted by Hermanson. And the third turnover of the half for the Silver Eagles, their 10th tonight.
That was a great interception there by Hermanson, getting that ball for his team, and then able for them to put up 2 points.
Brooks Oman with the basket for the Norskies, and it's a 5-point game. Otto swings it back to Toyola, then takes it back himself. Into the front court goes Otto, who stops at the top of the circle, finds Chase Yinko open. Yinko inside off the foot of Lincoln Hotman, they say. Luchetti and Hotman tied up. So kind of a close call. They will give it to the Silver Eagles, and it stays in the MG front court. Toyola will inbound against Accardi. Toyola looking, bounces it in. Cal Worth finds the easy basket. 55-48, 7:53 to go. Norskies will try and make it a 5-point game and a 2-possession game once again. Pass intended for Engseth was just wide, but some nice ball movement. And Tucker Grundall able to find the open look.
MG's lead is now only down to 5 points here. I mean, Defo has just done a great job at trimming them down. And I mean, I just feel like MG's kind of lost their momentum here in the second half.
Worth will try a left corner 3. That's good.
Wow.
That should get the momentum going, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's great for MG right there.
7:10 to play, 58-50, Silver Eagles with the lead. DeForest with the basketball. Grundall left the layup off the front rim, but a whistle and a foul bails them out. They will hit A.J. Nelson with the third personal, and that will be 2 for Tucker Grundall. First of 2 is off the front rim, no good. 7:05 remaining in this half, 58-50. The Silver Eagles have the lead. Grundall a chance to make it a 7-point game. And it rims around and out, no good. The rebound into the hands of Luchetti. So maybe we have a case of ball don't lie.
That rebound was crucial for the Silver Eagles there.
We'll see if MG can make anything worth the missed free throws here. Here's A.J. Nelson, lost it. It was altered by Grundall. And we have a foul going the other way. They will hit Toyola. And the Silver Eagles are over the limit, so this will be a double bonus attempt for Nick Hermanson. 6:43 is the game clock. And the first of 2 from Hermanson is too strong.
See, those a lot of fouls early has definitely come back to hurt them so far in the second half, with all these free throws for opportunities for DeForest.
However, he is no good on both of them. So once again, DeForest comes up empty at the charity stripe. They've missed their last 4 attempts. There's Emmett Toila, left-hand layup falls through.
Great
And
layup
the Silver Eagles have broken that critical 60-point barrier. We mentioned at the top of the show that might be our magic number. MG reaches the 60-point mark for the 12th time in its first 13 games of the season. As DeForest will try and get closer to that 60-point mark. With it, Engseth kicks to Hermanson. Student section fired up. Here's Accardi, kicks to the far side. Engseth against Worth. Step back jumper is good. Nice floater there from Engseth to make it an 8-point game once again.
That was some crucial points there for DeForest here with less than 6 minutes left to go on the clock. If they want to brace a comeback here, I mean, they're going to have to step up a little bit more defensively, and that cannot be allowed. Wow, amazing three there by Cal Worth.
Cal Worth with what is his second make in 4 tries, makes the lead double digits. 3 ball from Accardi. He got knocked to the floor, no foul call. Lucetti wants it on the other side. Toila didn't notice him. Instead, he drives in, and his shot got altered by Accardi. Paid the price for that one. Toila gets the rebound back, though. He's still got it. And resets at the top of the arc. Now Worth, back to Toila on the right wing. Here's Lucetti, drives in. Over 2 defenders, got fouled, and will shoot a pair. 4:55 remaining in this contest. Monona Grove 63, DeForest 52.
DeForest can't, like, there's little margin for error here late in the second half, and I mean, like, that definitely was not helpful for them. I mean, having this foul.
Lucetti good on the first of 2. The lead is 12. Couple substitutions as Hermanson checks out. Anthony Glenn back in for DeForest. And Lucetti lets the second attempt go, and it's around out no good off the back iron. DeForest the rebound as Hotman brings it into the front court, pulls up and misses too strong. Out of bounds to Monona Grove. We have a foul though. Foul is on DeForest, so it stays Silver Eagle basketball. They will hit Grundall with the foul, his second personal, and the last to give for the Norskis. That may prove critical if later in this game DeForest tries to play the foul game. They'll have to give up 1-and-1s from the beginning. Svaldi inbounds to Toila, gets it right back. He'll bring it into the front court with his team up 12. Lost the ball for a second, regathers, kicks to Kana. Now Emmett Toila has it. Near half court, finds Svaldi, left wing 3 he wanted, didn't take it. Toila's got it, brings it back out to the perimeter, and cross court pass to A.J. Nelson. Nelson right of the lane, lost it. It's high in the air and recovered by Cal Worth, who draws the contact. The foul on Anthony Glenn is the 7th for DeForest, Glenn's second personal, and a 1-and-1 coming for Cal Worth. 4:24 to play in this contest. A chance for MG to make it a 66-52 game. Worth takes the deep breath, eyes the rim for the front end, and it's good. 65-52, the lead 13 for the Silver Eagles with about 4.5 minutes to go.
4.5 minutes to go. The Silver Eagles have a very comfortable lead as of now. And I would say if they keep putting up the amount of points they have all game, I mean, I don't think DeForest will be able to beat them here.
Well, to prevent the announcer's jinx, I'm going to go ahead and say crazier things can happen. And trust me, I've seen it, although it was at a different level of basketball, but still the same principle. Accardi able to bully his way up and get it to go, so the lead back to 12. Out of bounds on the far side to Monona Grove. Svaldi will inbound for the Silver Eagles as he calls the play. Looks to get it in and finds Toila on the near side. Toila against Hotman. Right-hand dribble. Muscles his way across the timeline. Now spins. Gets in the paint. Spins again, lays it up. No, but he was fouled. Nice effort by A.J. Nelson as well, getting any rebound that would have come his way. Hotman hit with the foul. And to my knowledge, this will be 2 shots, and it will. Shooting foul on Hotman gives Toivola a pair. First of 2 is good. 67-54, 3:55 to play. One more coming for Emmett Toivola. It is away and around and out, no good. Grundahl the rebound for the Norskis. Down to 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Grundahl gets it back from McCarty. Now Hotman drives in the paint, lays it up, and good. Count the basket, and 1 from Lincoln Hotman.
That was a great drive there by Lincoln Hotman, getting that in the basket and getting that and 1.
Caden Connor hit with the foul there, and it's his first personal. So he stayed clean through 32 minutes of action. And that's only his first, so you can be sure he'll be in the game for a while. Front end, the 1-and-1 is good, or rather the and-1 is good.
Student section over here trying to do the best to distract the DeForest players.
Yeah, always funny to see what tactics they come up with.
Yeah.
Here's Toivola on the left wing against Engseth. Tries to shake him free, gives it away to A.J. Nelson. Nelson spins around Engseth, lost the basketball. Here's Accardi, kicks ahead. Glenn a one-on-one matchup against Cal Worth, and he scoops it up and in with the right hand. 67-59, a 13-point lead becomes 8 in the blink of an eye. Approaching the final 3 minutes of regulation. Here's Emmett Toivola, kicks over left corner. Caden Connor is there. Connor against Engseth. No, that's actually not Engseth, that's Omen. Connor finds Worth inside against Accardi, who will be called for the foul as Worth went up with it. 2 shots incoming for Caden Connor, or rather Cal Worth, who went up with it, as that is Accardi's second personal. First of 2, good from Cal Worth, 68-59, 2:54 to play. Luchetti checks in, A.J. Nelson checks out. As Omen checks out for the Norskis, Grundahl in to replace him. There's Cal Worth, second of 2 is good. 69-59, it's a 10-point contest with under 3 minutes to go. Norskis into their front court. Here's Glenn in the paint, gets it up, but no, it can't finish. Offensive rebound will fall through, and Glenn gets the second chance points. Timeout Norskis to stop the clock at 2:42. The lead is 8 for the Silver Eagles. 69-61 the score, and this will be a full timeout.
Silver Eagles are really liking that comfortable lead here. All they have to do is really just hang on to that, and I think they can definitely do that. I mean, I feel like there was a little bit of miscommunication there for the last few minutes on the Silver Eagles' offensive side of the ball, which caused to some missed opportunities and not putting up points on certain drives. And I feel like DeForest has really tried here to do their best at the comeback here, but I don't know how successful they're going to be for the outcome of this game.
Leading scorer for the Silver Eagles is Emmett Toivola with 24 so far. Looking to add to the total in these waning minutes of tonight's Badger Large Conference matchup. With the win, the Silver Eagles would improve to 8-5 on the season and 5-2 in conference play to go just a half game behind the Warriors. So we'll see what they can do in the final 2:42. Monona Grove basketball after the timeout. Caden Connor to inbound baseline right. Glenn is there to guard. Connor looking, still looking. Gets it into Toivola, who is trapped. And Engseth releases the press a little bit. Toilet gets it across the timeline, backs it out behind the perimeter. He's doubled, finds Connor on the far side. Cross-court pass to Lucetti. As Lucetti, guarded by Hotman, fell to the ground. They won't call contact. Instead, Worth dicks it into Lucas Svaldi, and he turns it over. Here's Hotman on the other side, blocked by Lucetti.
What a
Clutch block from the
by
freshman.
Lucetti.
Cal Worth, the other side, blocked. That was blocked by Brooks Oman. We have a whistle.
What a block by Lucetti. I mean, wow. That kid and his height, he just knocked that right out of there. Coming in at 6'4", tallest player on the team.
That block by Oman was actually a defensive foul. So 2 free throws from Worth. He's good on the first of 2. It's 70-61. 9-point lead, a chance to make it 10. Worth, deep breath, and the second free throw rims through.
2 minutes left here. I just don't know if DeForest will have enough to come back here. I mean, the rate that they're at, I don't know if they'll be able to put up 10 points here with 2 minutes left to go.
Well, we shall see. As I said before, crazier things have happened. And the announcer's jinx is very real. We have a whistle and a foul off the ball. Lucetti hit with his second. And that will result in 2 bonus free throws for Jackson Accardi. And the best points for DeForest right now are points you can score with the clock stopped. That's 1 of 1 is Jackson Accardi, and the lead is 9. 71-62. Accardi can make it 71-63, and he leaves it short. Rebound tipped. Glenn gets the offensive board. Chance for a 3 or 4 point possession. Lucetti called for the foul. Got Hotman on the way up. 1:53 to play, and Hotman can make it a potential 7-point game.
MG cannot afford these late mistakes here with just 2 minutes left to go. Definitely mistakes like that. I mean, definitely when you know how many fouls you already obtained in this game. I mean, having even more is just a killer.
Hotman good on the first of 2. It's worth noting, though, both teams are in the double bonus. So any foul is 2 free throws on the defensive side. Second of 2 from Hotman is good, and the lead is 7. 71-64, a minute 50 to play and counting. As Toila looks to get it across, finds Worth, who finds Svaldi. Svaldi double, turns it over. Oman's got it. Ahead it goes. Angston block.
Great block there by Lucas Svaldi.
That was Lucas Svaldi indeed, and Caden Connor finishes off the turnover. An emphatic block, an open layup, and the lead's back to 9. Here's Glenn, lays it up too strong, and Svaldi got fouled. 2 more free throws coming for the Silver Eagles. 84 ticks on the timepiece remaining.
Great drive there by Monona Grove for the last few there. I mean, first with the big defensive play and then being able to capitalize with the layup.
Svaldi gets 2, looking to extend on the lead. He's too strong on the first. But 1 more chance to stretch the lead to double digits. DeForest brings in Grundall and Hermanson to replace Glenn and Oman. Second of 2 from Lucas Svaldi's too short. So Svaldi comes up empty, 80 seconds to go. Here's Hotman, 3 ball on the way, is just left of target. Hermanson gets the offensive rebound. As Accardi sidesteps the defender, got fouled, driving to the rim. And 2 free throws coming for Jackson Accardi.
Like I was saying, these late fouls here by the Silver Eagles could potentially lose them this game.
We'll see if the Norskis can capitalize. Accardi good on the first of 2. 73-65 now the score. A minute and 11 left in this contest. A.J. Nelson checks back in for Lucas Svaldi. Omen back in for Grundall. McCarty eyes the rim for the second of 2 to make it a 7-point game. And it's good. 73-66, a minute 11 to go. Inbound from Nelson to Connor. Cross court to Toivola. All the Silver Eagles need is to get it across the timeline, and Toivola is able to make that happen. Here's Worth now. Bounce pass to Connor. Drew the foul to stop the clock at 59 exactly. Engseth charged with the personal. Engseth's first personal was that foul right there, so he's got plenty of opportunities as Caden Connor will try and extend the lead. And the first one's around and out, no good. Grundall back in. Omen is out for DeForest. 59 seconds to play. Second free throw attempt, but first we'll have a DeForest timeout. Trying to ice the shooter. DeForest takes their 4th charge timeout of this game. This will be a 30-second timeout. Trying to make Caden Connor think about this one for a little longer than he needs to.
Yeah, 7-point lead right now for the Silver Eagles with just under a minute left to go in the game. I would say that Monona Grove's feeling very confident as of right now. And I feel like if they're able to put up even one more basket in this game, then I feel like that would just be great for them, potentially winning this game.
The key for the Silver Eagles is going to be running out the clock.
Yeah.
Every second that ticks away is critical for DeForest, and both teams know that. So Caden Connor to make it an 8-point game, 2 threes and a 2, and it's a round and out, no good. Accardi the rebound. DeForest a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Against Toivola, the layup is too strong. Rebound tipped, and somebody grabbed an arm. Who do they hit? They will hit the Norski's Lincoln Hotman, and another 2 free throws coming for the Silver Eagles. This will be Cal Worth for 2 shots. 50.2 on the game clock. Worth steps to the stripe, and he's good on the first of 2. That breaks a drought from the free throw line. That's extended for many more shots than it should have. Second of 2 is good. 75-66, the lead's back to 9. Max 3 possessions can be. Under 50 seconds to go in regulation. Here's Engseth. Passes to Accardi. Now Hermanson with it. Accardi for 3 right wing is good.
There's a
Nelson
beautiful
will,
3 there right by Accardi.
Nelson will take his time inbounding, gets it to Toivola. Silver Eagles got to get it across in 10 seconds, and they do. Connor flings it back to Cal Worth. MG going to take a foul here as Hotman hits Emmett Toivola. And Hotman charged with his 4th to stop the clock at 23.8. 1 make from the stripe makes this a 3-possession game. Emmett Toivola is too strong on the first of 2. 1 more coming for the senior from Cottage Grove. Second of 2 is a round and out, no good. Still a 2-possession game. But Defo needs 2 threes. Accardi pulls up from 3, can't hit it. Rebound out of bounds, and it will stay with the Norskis. 9 seconds come off the clock in that possession. It's 14.8 to go. Monona Grove 75, DeForest 69.
I would say that Monona Grove has this one in the bag.
I wouldn't say that just yet, Grayson, if I was you. As the inbound's given, Hotman with it, drives in, pulls up, got fouled, count it, and 1.
It's a great play there by Hotman, driving, being very physical.
And my prediction is we're going to get a timeout after this by MG potentially. Well, the timeout will come right now. I was pretty close. 8.8 to go. One free throw still coming for the Norskis, which would make it a one-possession game if it is hit. Hotman will be the shooter after the full timeout. As both teams in the double bonus, no need to worry about foul trouble. If it comes down to it, the Silver Eagles have the arrow in the event of a jump ball. Keep that in mind.
Up 4 right now. I mean, this is going to come down to the wire here. I still just don't think this is enough time for DeForest to get what they need to tie or win.
You know, Grayson, I may have to advise you to stop talking about that. Because clearly every time you've done it, they've trimmed it closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, DeForest has put MG's defense in a twister this second half. I mean, doing a great job offensively, being able to trim that down.
DeForest has 45 points of offense compared to MG's 35. The and one from Hotman is good. And we have a substitution from Defoe. 8.8 to go. It is a one-possession game. Monona Grove 75, DeForest 72. Svaldi to inbound. And the inbound's tipped into the hands of Engset. 3-ball from McCarty. Is off the rim, no. 4 seconds to go. And A.J. Nelson's got it. And the foul comes with half a second left. Almost the entire clock ran out on that turnover. A.J. Nelson with the double bonus. 0.5 on the game clock. 2 free throws, 1 make wins it. And the first one rims through. This game is over. 76-72. 0.5 of a second remaining in the second half. A.J. Nelson has nothing left to do but to shoot this final free throw. It's good, 77-72. Inbound to Accardi. And the half-court shot is good. That would have sent it to OT had A.J. Nelson missed both. That basket will count, but the free throws from A.J. Nelson are the difference in this one, folks. It's a Silver Eagle victory by a final of 77-75.
I do just have to say that was an incredible half-court shot there by Jackson Accardi. And, I mean, wow, what an offensive battle here tonight on a Thursday night. I mean, both teams put up a crazy amount of points, plus 70 for both teams. And, I mean, it really came down to the wire there. And it was very impressive. I was very impressed with how both teams played tonight.
I was especially impressed with the way that DeForest battled back from that 14-point halftime deficit. Remember, folks, MG led 40-26 at the break. But after 2 halves of action, your final tonight, 77-75. Grayson, you got any final thoughts for us tonight?
Yeah, I mean, DeForest had one great second half, and I mean, it really came down to the wire, and they almost won it there.
AV's next broadcast of MG Varsity Basketball will be Tuesday, January 23rd, as the Silver Eagles host the Wanakee Warriors. That will be girls varsity basketball, 7:15 p.m. tip. We hope to see you there for that one. A special thanks to Trey Hauge, our statistician tonight, as for Bree Lushine, Savannah Ceramic, Brendan Hekimovich, Will Nimmo, Grayson Ebert, and the entire rest of our AV crew. This is Parker Hagan signing off, saying hope you enjoyed and have a good one. Stay safe.
I was